Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime.
Really
to choose
now?
our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes
shit.
the win.
Going to
Official
Australia?
word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here.
Really? Shocker.
Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. You wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An
Yeah, that's
interesting
how
gamble
elections
for those
work.
Politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. Ah, what are we supposed to do?
Join up, damn it. As an elder, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here. Yeah, we enter the tournament.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we
Yeah,
need
why
to
the
do is
fuck
get
not?
Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
I was the one that suggested it.
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
A reminder of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Grius's journal.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yeah, I have to carry on his legacy.
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
Hell
You have
yeah.
your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
Yeah, that's the
That was
plan.
the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
I know you don't.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Yeah, we'll meet
We'll
again,
see
don't
each
you
other
worry.
again.
You better not forget.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Alrighty, to the recruitment center.
This should be the place.
Thank you for
right?
automatically teleporting me there.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Oh, that
Well,
long-nosed prick.
Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort?
Right.
Thought I heard they were all wiped out.
Forgot about that.
What? We got a deserter turning up.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
That was a close one.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Oh, is the one that I killed before not good enough?
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here!
Are you lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's
Yeah,
horrible.
that guy.
Heisme, a villainous kidnapper.
I've
Looks
been
like the army's
spoiled on
been trying to catch him
Heisme.
for a
He's our
while now.
fourth party member.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa.
Who
You have any
the
idea
fuck
who that is?
are you?
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny
Fucking
little
purple
urchin, to be sure of
panther
that.
spotted
Besides,
jacket,
didn't you hear what it is they're
leather
actually looking
inline.
for?
Jesus.
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Yeah, we don't need to win.
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry. I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme?
Alright, he
You
must be
three
important.
must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
He's got a portrait. He must be important.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If
Something
our
tells
city
me that's a
becomes
load of
known for
bullshit.
Nightly disappearances. What sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
Haha.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Alright, so that's the next place we've got to go to
Well,
then.
no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Alrighty. So we go over. Is it board? Okay, no, we gotta talk to this guy, I'm assuming. What's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me you're actually thinking of participating in the tournament for the throne. Oh, the audacity of youth. Oh, who the fuck are you? Demo Man Goddard? God, he looks like an action hero. That's rich. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of. As king? The idea makes me sick to my stomach. The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart schoolchildren like you and Louise dare to... hardly matters. Won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. Be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. I suppose he's a candidate too. Alright, weirdo. It'd be alright if we accepted the bounty contract for Heisme. Heisme? You sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. Yeah, sure. You're an odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. Head to Matria. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
Need to find and bring Haizme, a notorious criminal tied to a series of kidnappings in Matria. Despite his bounty, he has evaded capture, and his true identity remains a mystery. Increases courage. Okay, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
Supposedly.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well,
I like hearing
under the
her flustered.
circumstances, I'll take what we can get.
It's pretty
And
cute.
setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order.
Oh, really?
It is only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
Alright, Betty bye time. Opening ceremony for the tournament is tomorrow.
Let's rest.
I should probably stay inside and rest today. This was, yeah, our room. Let's go rest.
Good night.
Can I come in?
Oh, hey Maria. Can't sleep.
Can't sleep.
No, that's not it. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just...
Oh,
no.
give her a hug.
I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Don't worry,
It's
I won't
alright.
tell her.
I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise?
Yeah,
The
pinky
next time I
promise.
see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Maria's waiting for us to return home and regale her with the tales of the strange and distant places we visit. We get a roast for it. Alright,
I
sure.
never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
Alright, so what's on your mind, Hulkenberg?
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Yeah, you truly are
You
devoted.
truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Oh my god, they finally fucking, like, announce it.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Yeah, sure, go for it. I'm assuming they banned it because, like, it shows an ideal world that, like, goes against their beliefs.
So it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite
Man, that would be really cool if, you know, our world worked like that.
Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability,
Political satire.
perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, anime cutscene. Got a pretty lady in high heels.
Juna! Lady Juna!
Who the fuck is Lady Juna? Oh, I recognize that face. She's on the front of the box. Okay, she's super important. Alright, I wasn't expecting a musical number. Jesus Christ, this is loud. What the hell was that creature I just saw? Did my game just crash? What happened? Oh my god, it fucking did it again. The game's fine. The game is fine. I just went through a fucking, what's it called? A Zentreya moment. Fucking BattleNet, piece of shit. Thanks, Blizzard, for ruining that. Fucking cutting it off halfway. Alright, so we had our opening ceremony presentation. Now what? Yo, get some side boob?
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven.
Alright, so that's where we're going
they face
next.
their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
God, even got fireworks for this motherfucker. At least it's not
I
Luis.
claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
Hi,
I come
sir.
before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race?
Yeah, probably like most
Still,
of them.
It's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
No, they won't.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
We're getting to him.
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
The fuck?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Yeah, he did seem like the kind of person who would, you know,
So he was one of
be
Luis's
behind
men.
Luis.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war,
hi.
by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by
she's
pledging free
adorable.
drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea.
Fucking hippie.
Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow.
Who the fuck are these
If we
people?
lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate.
Oh, is
Do
it
we have
me?
an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Yeah, they're not gonna... Okay, no, they are paying attention.
Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Man, people are such racists.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Oh, great.
Hey! What's going on?
Yeah, Hulkenberg, where the fuck is...
What is he doing?
Where is our ride? And so is this where Louis shows up?
Contestants, are you ready?
Or is this the grand entrance of
What?
our chariot?
I say, wait! Found your behavior.
Okay, I think it's ours because I recognize that face from, like, artwork and shit.
A land runner? It's quick. Wait, it's headed right for the... It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you buffoon. 'Twas bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
Feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad.
That goddamn feck.
Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right, I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go, prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin.
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
So where the hell is Luis?
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
Can we stick her in our pocket or something? So why the vehicles in this game have fucking legs? Oh wow, okay. Apparently a lot of them weren't racist. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Oh, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much.
Uh,
It's just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What's happening right now?
see.
We want to go to a place called Matera, Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south. Alright, so 3 camps along the way.
Wow!
Okay, Matera, here it is. Down to Matera, eh? On this crossed legs? Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about. 4 days and 3 nights. It's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Fully good. Now cinch those britches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Metria, Old Castle Town.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're
God, it's so fucking bouncy too. Why do these things have legs? It's so inefficient.
Been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Is it safe?
Is this really safe?
Fast enough to make you wet your waders, eh? I know. She's the quickest I've ever built. Where to,
Oh, you
ladies?
built these fucking things.
The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
Yeah, what the fuck is going
That man
on?
is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And
Oh,
despite
I didn't even notice the
everything,
wings.
He was
The
heir
coat
to
got
a
in
noble
the way.
house and personal machinist for the royal family.
Ah.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Oh, flashback. Noble District Underhall.
Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal
Oh, so
owner,
is
I
this-
reasoned that it must now lie unused.
So this
I
was
was
meant to
hoping
be
I
the
might
prince's,
borrow
but
it
now
a
it's
short while.
mine for the time being.
Pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Yeah, what the fuck is up with him?
Whoa!
Oh, it's just right there. Why the garish paint?
Is this
Like, yeah, green and purple work together,
gauntlet
but
runner?
the shades
The very
of
craft
green and
commissioned for
purple
His
are
Highness the
pretty.
Prince?
Yeah.
Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neurus, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
He built it for himself.
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where
Yeah,
last
yeah,
I
yeah.
heard? So if you're back now and...
And now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Oh, backstory established.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Better than no support at all, isn't it?
Besides, lad, you'll not find a faster machine than this.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
Yeah. I was hoping I could save at some point.
Summing up, our first
So I
trial
kinda
is
got
to
shit
slay
to
a
do
monster.
today.
We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do
Good.
you think of this plan?
It was either this or nothing.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Alrighty, can I save now?
Right,
Nope, still going.
Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric,
Yep, sure is.
but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
He seems like a good enough guy. Oh my god, finally. Okay, the Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities. such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first, take your time and have a look around on your way there. Well, I'd like to save. Never been in a gauntlet runner. Kinda wanna see what the engine room's like. Well,
what now?
That's gonna have to wait a moment. There we go.